Greetings, loyal listeners and new recruits. Welcome to the Drew Reviews podcast. I'm your host, Drew Dietsch, and with me, as always, is my great friend and co-host, Travis Newton.
The Empire is in peril.
Oh, loyal listeners, we are talking about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Are they really a league? Is it extraordinary? Are there gentlemen in it? All these questions and more will be answered. This is one of the most notorious movies we've done on the podcast. This is not just a bad movie, but a consequential movie. It was the last acting role that Sean Connery appeared in. Supposedly, it was so bad that it made him retire from acting. And it just has a reputation for being one of the worst movies ever. Is it one of the worst movies ever? Well, we'll talk about that a little bit. But I will say this. For the first 10, 15 minutes, I was kind of jiving with this movie.
I don't know if I was jiving with it necessarily, but the first 10 or 15 minutes, you're kind of like, yeah, it's a movie. What's so terrible?
Oh, got it. I did a spit take when you said it's a movie. But no, the opening sequence, it does something I love, which is it has the 20th Century Fox logo, and then the logo turns into this structure that's part of the London skylines. I'm like, I like when they mess with movie logo stuff.
Exterior, London, 1899. A giant diegetic 20th Century Fox logo sits unseen on a roof. Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody does care. But the entire opening sequence, I was kind of like, well, okay, I get what this is going for. This is pulpy, what we would now call superhero filmmaking, but this is the Phantom, this is the Shadow. It's very much in line with those kind of movies.
Yeah, well, and it's full of fun miniature effects when the big tank thing crashes the gate in London.
The tank is busting through, and there's a British police officer standing in front of it, putting his hand out stop. It is directly the scene in the first Austin Powers movie where the guy gets run over with a steamroller and he's just super far away. That guy stands in front of that tank forever, just hey, stop, and it runs him over.
Or maybe it's a subtle nod to the lone protester in Tiananmen Square.
Oh, yeah, because this is a movie with things on its mind, I'm sure.
Maybe this is a lot smarter than you thought it was.
I mean, Sean Connery did executive produce it, so he's obviously a smart guy. He was in Highlander too. But the beginning, I was kind of okay, we got a fun masked villain character that's riffing on the Phantom of the Opera.
He Hindenburgs an entire hangar full of Zeppelins.
My favorite thing at the beginning was there's a stereotypical montage of newspapers that fly by telling us oh, the Phantom attacks this thing.
Yeah, my favorite headline is the one that says, "Not us," says Germany.
Yeah. Not us. 2 minutes later, they do the exact same thing with it. It's screen left newspaper, screen right newspaper. I was like, oh, I'm kind of getting charmed by this movie's dumbness. It's they didn't change it. They just plugged in the same sequence of boom, boom.
All the articles are the same fucking lorem ipsum, and then the headlines are different.
Yeah, exactly. So there was something okay, this is dumb. I kind of am liking it. But then the movie continues.